Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. Let's dive in right into the analysis here. So, as you guys can tell, pretty rough day in the markets, down 90 basis points on the SPY, 1.3% on the Qs, and the IWM 1.36. But the Qs definitely leading the charge here on the pullback. And again, we still could possibly fill this gap up here on the Qs. We still got another gap fill for a potential. Some people like to fill the gap at the body. Some say it fills at the wick. We reversed on the wick, so it's up to your interpretation on how you want to do it. But overall, I think we are losing some. We are definitely losing momentum here on the SPY. We got a red dot confirmed on Monday, and then today we got the follow through. Now we're nearing the zero line again on in terms of money flow, which is not a positive sign, right? You want to see this stay in the green, like thick green money flow, pull back. You should be good for a bounce up higher, right? Which is what we got here. Now we're pulling back and we're at the zero line again. Last time we we cut into red money flow, we declined pretty severely for a good period of time. I think we started correcting in July, and then we dropped 10% basically. So are we looking at another 10% drop again, or somewhere like that, something like that? It's possible. You got three waves down here, three waves up. You don't have your 3 and 4 yet, so all you have is three waves right now, and you need to continue in order to negate the bearish pattern that we got going on. We got a bearish pattern, we got a bullish pattern. The bearish pattern, the target's all the way down at 495, right? So it's a long ways down. And today we got some pretty nice reversals on a lot of stocks. Let me get back over here. We'll take a look at Tesla. Tesla got a pretty nice little wick here. Sold off pretty nicely. Again, it's still inside the sell area. Am I ready to pull the trigger on this one yet? No, not really. In my opinion, I'm already positioned in a couple short positions. So I'm not really looking to add more to it. I think we got enough on the plate already. NVIDIA's pulling back 3.66% today. The SMH was down 238.8, so he's down over 2.68%. So he's got hammered down today. It's still possibly in this wave 4 here. Again, you'd have to kind of wait and see if it does bounce up. If it retraces too much, then ultimately you'll know that this was a three wave up, and this is gonna this move here maybe is the next wave. Very small C leg, and then it's over, right? You're gonna correct down. But for me, at least, I'd like to see at least one more high in the SMH. I still think it's possible, right? You'd need a pretty strong rally on the job numbers, or something's gonna have to push this back up. The SPY can still make a new all-time high again. You definitely can reverse from here. Get a nice rally. We've seen this before, right? You make a low, you get everyone bearish. You rally up, you make a new high again, and then you sell off. So are we in for another? Are we in for another one of these? Like market's gonna take us for a ride? It's possible. It's possible. Now, let's take a look at oil here. Oil got a nice bounce today, up 4% on that news. Israel and Iran going at it. So again, I'm not going to comment on that situation, but to what it's doing to the markets, it's pushing us higher here. Now, this could be a 1-2 setup, like so, getting ready for maybe a big meltdown here. This would mean that the war or whatever is going to fizzle out, and the markets are going to continue to rally higher, or it's going to continue to push up into the sell area, and then we'll get a reversal later on, which would complete the wave 4. And then we'll take a look at the 20-year yield and the TLT. So TLT actually got a bounce day today. Nice little bounce up. However, I just don't like what the daily's doing. It's on the line. It's on a very fine line. It could be getting ready for a cycle breakdown, which could mean that this whole move is done, and you got three waves up. It's an ABC. It's a bigger upwards correction. It was a complex one too, and you're gonna start to make lower lows again in the TLT. I would like to see another high here, not an all-time high, but another high in the TLT back up to 105, and then you could hit the sell area. Now the TLT, the 20-year yield is very close to the buy area as well for yields, right? And then you can start to reverse out of here. Once this move is complete, you should start to see yields continue to rise up to 8-9% at that point. And it would be very bearish for the market once that happens. But that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. You got the DXY popping up too, getting some nice upside here. Again, this could still be a flat trying to play out, bounce back up to these levels at 102, and then you can hit the sell area and then you'll come down. We'll take a look here at crypto as well. So Bitcoin sold off pretty heavily today, took a big hit. Again, risk assets getting sold off. Are the first ones to go. You got this crash correction in an ABC. Could it be done? Yeah, it could. You actually erased divergence today, so you could have found a low and you could be getting ready to reverse out, which would mean that we're going to see some more upside in this market before it's all said and done. And if you start to get a big rally in Bitcoin, then you're probably going to get a rally in the Nasdaq, the S&P. You're going to see people get back into these risk assets and go willy-nilly, go crazy, and just want to buy everything up, buy the dip, right? So it's periods like this today when the VIX spikes up 15% back to the 20s. That's when there's opportunities for dip buy opportunities. Today we entered some trades in the S&P. We actually shorted at the highs and we bought at the lows, and we caught that nice bounce today. It was actually a very nice bounce up on the S&P, and then it bounced up to almost an entire percentage point, and then it decided to roll over near the end of the day. But again, we caught that nice bounce. Yeah, in terms of what am I doing? I'm just well positioned right now. I think we got some good shorts right at the highs, and if the market does decide to push up higher, then I do have a stop, but they would have to push it up pretty high to continue to stop me out. You got lots of stocks that are potentially getting ready to roll over as well. I think Google is one that I'm keeping my eye on. Now Google today, or actually was it today? Yeah, it was today. Today gapped up higher, and did it take out it took out this pivot. So now either Google is playing out with a flat, which I really doubt, or you could mark the Y leg complete. So it's up to or again, you could always label this differently. I got it labeled this way. Some people can make an A, B, C out of this and say that we're still inside the X wave and expect a bigger crash later. Someone could label it like this, right? Let me just, but we did get that nice reversal from the sell area that I had there. What's going on? There we go. So someone could definitely label it like this if they really wanted to force it, right? And then call this a flat. And if it is a flat, then I'll just give you a quick target here of where this could be going. It would be going to 173 to 181, right? That's where the flat target would be for Google if this were to play out. And then it's downside from there, right? And it's downside from for Google after that, and you should be headed back down to this target area, or it wouldn't be as low, but you guys kind of get the picture, right? It would be probably higher, like 140, 117, something like that. So, but for now, let's see how this plays out. Now that we invalidated the high, you could be playing out in this flat, or you get the more bullish scenario where you continue to impulse up and you extend the fifth wave. So it's up to you what you guys want to do. But as for me, I'm not in any positions on Google. I give you guys these reversal points as a good point of reference. You guys can save it, screenshot it, and be like, okay, maybe there's a sell area here, maybe there's a buy area there, right? It worked for AMD, it worked for NVDA. Why wouldn't it work for Google? It works for every stock. It's just up to you to map out the charts. And AMD needs to get up to 173. All right, so yeah, that's basically it. The USD JPY pair could be in this 1-2 setup for a reversal higher. This would support the markets. Again, you know, I urge you to use a lot of caution right now. I wouldn't be going crazy opening as many leverage long positions as I can near the all-time highs. Some, you know, you could look at the people who are always bullish. They say that's a great idea because the market only goes up in the long run. But you know, they don't tell you about the big periods of big drawdown periods. They don't avoid these things, right? These big drops. They're unable because all they know is just buy and continue to buy and buy and buy and buy. Obviously, eventually that'll come to an end, and you know the bears will be vindicated, and maybe then the bulls will get scared and then start shorting, and that'll probably mark the low of the the bear market if we enter a bear market. But as for now, I'm not really interested in getting super long. I would just be cautious, or you know, at least for me, I'm in some short positions, which are in the money right now. But that things can change, and if you know things change, and I'll be ready to jump in on some other stocks that I have my eye on as well. I'll wrap it up with the HSI, the Hang Seng. Someone was asking. A lot of my members have been talking about the Hang Seng. Let's. Can I get the chart up, or is it not going to load? I don't think the Hang Seng is open just yet. Okay. All right. Anyways, it loads up here. So the Hang Seng is played out like we wanted to. WXY. This could end at any moment. You got max. You know, I wouldn't say max. It could go a little bit higher, but there's no divergence. This is what you want in a Y leg. You want massive, you know, impulse higher in 3 waves, no divergence, and then ultimately you correct the whole move and you'll come all the way back down and most likely break these lows. So that's the bearish scenario here for the Hang Seng, and I don't think this stimulus is going to be good in the long run. Obviously, feels good in the short run, right? I mean, look at the move in the Hang Seng. It's just been impulsing out like crazy here. Anyways, that's it for me tonight, guys. You know, stay careful. You know, don't go balls to the walls, longing like crazy. No stop losses. Manage your position, manage your risk, and you'll come out of this thing unscathed. Have a good day, guys. Peace.